Good evening, people. Finally it is time to jump back to the lathe. And here you can see some of the ingredients for today's soup. As you can see, I have some tussier paste, some Prussian blue in other words, and I have a roll to spread the blue, and then I have my scraping tool. And my wallet is still crying because I bought this precision scale because I really need it and I couldn't find a place to lend one. But then you might be wondering, why do I have hockey pucks? Official size and weight hockey pucks. Well, I figured since I'm gonna try to do the lathe as well as I ever can, I'm gonna have to level it first. It's still sitting on some wooden pieces, 3 wooden pieces, so it doesn't bend. And I was looking for proper machine foot or feet, and they cost like 50 euros each, and this lathe has need for 6 feet, so that would be a lot of money. But then I figured the feet are just a piece of rubber and some threaded rod, basically. And then I thought where to get pieces of rubber and what would be a better place to find solid rubber than hockey pucks. I have 12 hockey pucks, so it will be exactly 2 inches high, which is about 50 millimeters and 70 millimeters wide, I think. And then I'm just gonna drill 20 millimeter holes through there and put some big washers like this on there. And then I'm just using the M20 threaded rods to adjust the lathe to be level with my new precision level, which should be 200ths of a millimeter per 1 meter, which is 1 thou per around 3 feet. And I already did some testing with the hockey pucks with my press. So because the lathe weighs around 2.5 tons and there's 6 feet, it's gonna be roughly 500 kilograms or half a ton per feet. My scale is a little rough for weights this low, but I guess when I have the scale just about starting around that much, I guess I'm having roughly 500 kilograms to 1 ton. And I guess the pucks are giving up pretty much the good amount, and I have the both pucks on there now. I think this is a little more than the lathe will put on the pucks. And even if I put some more weight in, this is clearly maybe 2 or 3 times what's gonna be. And I release it. It's completely back to normal. So this looks to be some pretty good rubber for this application. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make the foot, just drilling holes through there and welding 1 nut to a rod and then having the 2 nuts a little bit upper to be able to adjust the height. And I'm gonna weld 1 nut here because then I can hold with 1 wrench and then turn the other nut with another wrench, so the whole bar just doesn't turn. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this and then we will start leveling the lathe, and then hopefully we will get scraping today also. Okay, I'll get back to you soon. By the way, The price for one of these pucks is €1.29, about $1.50. So that's a whole lot cheaper than the machine foot. And a rod like this costs €5. And the nuts and washers are, all of these maybe like €15. This is a little bit of an overkill, but I don't have a smaller drill. So I'm using my mill to drill this hose through the box. So this is a 20mm high-speed steel drill bit, and I have it on a lathe chuck. Okay, the RPM is around 400, I think. Goes through without too much effort. Okay, 10 more of these to go. I've got 6 of these. I cut these rods in 20cm pieces and I put a stick weld all around them. This one still has the slag on. Some of these pucks, and the holes are pretty clean actually. I ended up cutting 2 of these on top of each other. And I think also the chips are pretty funny. Almost like steel or aluminum. So it seems to be pretty hard rubber. And actually when I have one of these in my hand, it feels like plastic, it's so hard. But when there's half a ton of weight on it, it does flex. Let me show you. First prototype under testing. It has maybe a little over 1 ton on it, and it looks like this. I think it's doing pretty good. Okay, let's get leveling. Just a minute. The feet are in place now. I also made some washers in here from a bar of 50mm steel. I just sawed a 5mm piece out and drilled a 20mm hole in it. And I already did some leveling, but I soon found out that my level was not calibrated correctly. So I have been doing some calibrations now, and at the moment it's showing like this, and the blade is not yet level. I'm just trying to get this level calibrated. And let's turn it around. Let's see what we get. It's not perfect still, but it's pretty damn close. Okay, I have now been leveling about 4 hours in a row, and I still don't have it perfectly level. The problem seems to be that there is some kind of a twist that I just can't figure out how to get it out completely. Well, the twist is now pretty much completely out, but it's not level in this way. But since this leveling will be for making these ground bedways as accurate as possible to act as a master for scraping the saddle ways, I guess the levelness in this direction does not matter as long as there is no twist in the ways. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but at the moment I am so fed up with leveling that I'm gonna start scraping. And when I have the carriage scraped and when everything else is ready, I will do another leveling and then I will not stop until it's perfect. But for now, the bed with no twist will be enough for me. Okay, now it is finally time to see how the carriage meets the bedways. Okay, just a minute. The first touching is done, and I did a mistake of putting way too much glue, and actually I don't know how to use less of it at once. I have this roller and it's not really good for this. It just slides like this and it's not even. Can you recommend me a tool for this? At the end I just ended up using my finger to spread the glue. And the results are here. No touching in the center, but pretty good in the ends, at least for this side. And as I said, I used way too much glue, so I don't think it's touching even this much. And this other side also needs some work. But I guess both of these will be done without an extreme amount of effort. I guess brass, or I don't know what it is, bronze, brass something, is pretty easy to scrape, soft at least. And I also checked my practice piece that I did, looks like this. I guess I'm gonna finish this one first before I jump to the carriage. So maybe I will show you what this piece looks like after some passes. It's getting late today, so I don't think I'm gonna, maybe I won't even do a first pass on these ways.